The barbell squat is the most important movement in the gym. It leads to a higher release in testosterone than the average lift. It's a staple for muscle growth and will help you prepare for later in life, enabling you to do things such as walking upstairs. Today, I will be properly performing and showing you how to perform the barbell squat and explaining why it's such an effective movement. Through doing this movement for nearly 5 years, I've been able to improve my squat from 185 pounds when I first started all the way up to 475, making me feel much better even though it is a lot more weight. Everybody who is already in the gym wants to get stronger and healthier, including me. The barbell squat is one of the best ways to do so. It is an essential movement for strength development, and it's a full body lift which correlates to life outside of the gym. Today, I will teach you how to properly warm up for the squat, set up for the squat, how to find the right variation for you, what cues to follow, and how to safely spot the squat along with equipment that is essential for it. Warming up correctly for the squat is one of the most important parts. Today, I will be taking you through a couple mobility stretches that will allow you to do this the most effective way possible. We'll start this warm-up with a PVC pipe. We will just do simple shoulder rotations to loosen up the shoulders and get ready to retract the scapula so you're ready to squat. Secondly, to open up the hips, we're going to get into a deep lunge. You're going to front load the lunge with most of the weight up here, having one hand down. You will then push your hip as close to the ground as possible to open up the hip and stretch the glute. The second exercise is a deep lunge. You'll get into your lunge. From here, you will push your hip down as far as possible, having one hand up for support and front loading the leg. You'll do that for about 5 to 10 seconds each leg and then switch legs. Now we're going to get down on all fours. We will be stretching the wrist, so pick a wrist of your choice. You will put the face of the hand down and roll into it, getting a nice stretch but not going too deep to where it hurts. After, repeat with the other hand. Then you will turn your hand around, putting the palm of your hand down, bending back your elbow, creating a stretch right here. To wrap up our warm-up, we will do a dead hang to decompress the spine. You will hang for about 30 seconds, allowing for spinal decompression. Now that you're properly warmed up and loose, you will look for a squat rack, which looks something like this or this. The first part of the setup is to find your hand placement. I like to put my thumb where the knurling or the rough grip ends, and then grip as hard as I can. Normally, for most people, it's more towards the center. Now that you have your hand set, you will begin your descent under the barbell. You will find where it rests better on your back. From there, you will pinch your shoulder blades and get ready in a good position. Now that you have the setup and you are ready to squat, you will begin the walkout process when it comes to performing the squat. You will stand up and take 1, 2, 3 small steps back. From here, you will take a big brace and follow the next step. Now you will begin the actual process of squatting. After you take your big breath, you will begin slowly descending. You want to make sure that your hips and knees align at 90 degrees. Push up. You want to push as hard as you can, forcing your knees out, allowing you to jump up. Finally, you will repeat the process of the walkout, but walking it in. Take 1, 2, 3, and safely re-rack the barbell. Now that we have completed the squat, it's important to know what to do when things don't go as smooth as they just did. We will now be learning how to safely spot the squat and what equipment is helpful to use. To safely spot the squat, you'll place your arms under their armpits. When he begins to descend and realizes he can't get it up, I will pull up while he's also pushing and will help walk him back to the rack to ensure that it is as safe as possible. Some helpful equipment to perform the squat is a good pair of shoes ensuring balance, a belt to help with bracing, and knee sleeves to improve strength as well as protecting the knees. In this video, you have now mastered the squat through the 4 steps: warming up properly, setting up properly, performing the squat following cues, and finally safely spotting the squat and equipment that is helpful. Following these tips will allow you to squat the most weight the most effectively, along with staying safe, which is always the most important. Once again, squatting is the most important lift there is and is great for full body strength as well as lifelong strength. When you're 70, what you did in your 20s matters regardless of what it is. If you squatted, it will maybe allow you to be walking upstairs while all of your friends are riding up them in their wheelchairs. Regardless as if you love them or hate them, squatting is a great lift for everybody. Ranging from professional athletes to soccer moms, it has a place in everyone's life, no matter how big, small, or who you are.